All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration.
Good evening. Hi, Amy. Hi, Stacy.
Hello.
Hello, Catherine.
We're so formal,
Aren't we?
Yes.
We are nothing if we are not formal.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, red drinks. Do we all have red? I should have put it in my glass. Cheers, ladies.
Forgot to send the memo.
Yep.
Damn it. Among all the other memos we forgot to send.
This has been my go-to mocktail the entire summer, and I think it's going to go into the fall, and it might be my year-round drink.
Hey,
Okay.
there you go.
What
Yeah.
is it?
It's sugar-free cranberry, or like tiny amount of sugar in it, cranberry juice, like to here, and then the rest is soda and a big squeeze of lemon.
Yeah.
All it needs is the vodka.
Oh, it is refreshing.
Yeah, I would have to say that's what mine is as well. And I don't have vodka tonight either. It's just cranberry juice. Cranberry juice, and my is Fresca.
Yeah.
So.
And I have a San Pellegrino, pomegranate, and orange. And it's super good.
Oh.
Yeah.
So refreshing.
Look at us.
I know.
Well, we are recording this on Sunday night. Stacy and I are beginning the week. Amy is getting ready to coast into her weekend. But we have some news for our devoted listeners and viewers. And it's all good. We're letting everybody know that this is our last episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are wrapping it up. So we're just gonna chat a little bit here tonight and kind of reflect on why we did this and all that we've been through in the last year and a half, and just kind of some general thoughts. So it's a little melancholy, but I think it's also exciting. Yeah.
I mean, you think about it. We made it a year and 10 months. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We were pretty consistent up until this last few weeks that we weren't. And then we made the decision to just stop. And who knows what we'll do? We might pick it up another day. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. If there might be like a big happening or something in one of our lives, we might have to do a special edition.
Right? There you go.
Breaking news. We're going to really soup up the technology and get that, get the
little
words
scroll across the bottom.
I think so.
Yeah. It's just been one of those things that, like most of what we've talked about over the last 10 months, is an opportunity presents itself. We've done things. We still want to do things. We're well set up for it. And, we've got some stuff in the works that we're each kind of going to march on to a different little, try something new thing.
Yeah. As you were saying that, and I wish I could repeat back exactly what you just said. We wanted to do things. We did things.
We did things, and we've got some balls in the air, right? We've got some things going that are kind of taking time that we had before. And so it's a shift. And it's like, we've talked about this consistently through our episodes, that life is constantly shifting and changing, and you have to be able to adapt and make changes. And when you let something go, it doesn't mean that it was a failure. It doesn't mean that it's done in a bad way. It means that
that's accomplished. And now we're taking all of that and we continue on with it. I feel really good about the content that we created, the new friends that we made through it, and the consistency. Stacy, you are absolutely right. People might not know we were recording every single week.
Yep, every week. We learned a ton. We had no idea what we were doing, literally, beginning. We had no idea what sites to use, to record. We record one, the episodes are saved on another. We also put it out to YouTube. It was a lot at the beginning to get figured out. And we learned a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And even though we didn't conquer all the technology, we certainly now understand it.
Kind of. Yeah, sure. Sure we do.
We know what we don't know now.
That's right.
Fine. I've been thinking quite a lot in the last couple of weeks about just one of those kind of old cliches, but most cliches have a nugget of truth in them, but I really do believe that nothing great happens in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And this was a big leap for us. This was, I can't believe we're going to do this. We had, a little bit of family and friends go, you're doing what and why? And I feel like because of the conversations the three of us have had, the conversations we've had with other people, all of you who have sent messages and chimed in, again, some of the best and greatest compliments to me are the people who said, yeah, I'm cleaning out my closet and I'm talking to you guys while I'm listening. And I just love that, which for me, that makes this a big success. It also gives me confidence to know that I can tackle something new that I want to do. And if I don't know how to do it, I can figure it out. I will figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the biggest things. I mean, so many people our age are trying to figure out how to dial back, kick back, sort of thing. And I feel like the three of us are fired up from these new challenges that present themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excited to try some things.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were favorite moments or conversations or episodes? What do you guys think back on and smile?
I don't know what my favorite one was. I put out, like a repost of our very first one. I think it's the funniest thing to watch if you watch it, or at least for me, because we were all trying to smile the entire time. We were all trying to look, up on the camera instead of down or fidget. You know what I mean? We were trying so hard to look, like we were professional. And then about, I don't know, after probably halfway through the first year, we just got a little more comfortable and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Less smiley the whole time. Not that we weren't funny. We thought we were hilarious, but, just not trying to, just be more ourselves the rest of the way.
Growth. That's growth.
There you go.
And that was with a TH, not GROSS, gross.
That's right.
In case the sound cuts out. Let's just clarify that.
Yeah. We maybe had some of that too.
I really enjoyed the episodes when we didn't necessarily have a plan. When we recapped our trip to France, when Kitty, you talked about your trip to, some of the paparazzi stuff. When we would talk about our most hated phrases, things like that, those, I think, for me, were very enjoyable, very fun.
Yeah. More fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, part of the, again, for me, I just wanted to get on and have good conversations and have other people who maybe don't have tons of people around them to talk to all the time to feel like they could join in. And, you know, I hope people enjoyed that. Probably, we heard quite a few of phrases and words that people dislike. So I know that that was an episode that resonated.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
The pet peeves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think one of our goals early on was to put out content that other people could identify with,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
You know, so we were trying to come up with topics and have conversations on things that we thought people would want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Think back to where we were, all of us, what, 22 months ago, in our jobs. And what was really riling us up then,
Mm-hmm.
and how even we're doing slightly different things, or we've adopted better, different attitudes about what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of huge.
It is. It is huge.
Kitty had a side hustle and a corporate job. I just started in a new job with a new company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's stepping stones along, you know, there's so many metaphors that can be used. Everything leads you to what is next. And so I've been thinking about this lately, and I can't remember if this was something that we talked about on one of the last episodes that we recorded, or if it was part of the conversation the three of us were having after we got done. But do you remember when I was talking about how, like, the year leading up to me leaving my job, when I would drive to work, I would daydream about what my days were going to look like once I finally quit.
Uh-huh.
And I had the entire thing laid out, and I was super excited about it. And it started with, I've always been an early riser, so it would start with getting up early, getting my workout in, and doing this and this. And I said to you guys, I was so disappointed in myself because I hadn't started that routine. I was still doing I would get up pretty early, but I'd make coffee, which I'd love to just sit and, drink my coffee and pull up my tablet and look at email and whatever. And I said I was so incredibly disappointed in myself. And Amy, I think you were the one who said, just because you're not doing it right now doesn't mean you're not going to.
Right.
And it was probably right after that, because I looked at my app today. I am 43 days into a brand new routine that includes getting my little asterisk onto either outside or onto the treadmill downstairs, and a 3 mile walk. And then I found this amazing woman on YouTube. So I'm doing her weight workouts in the morning, and focusing on better eating and everything. I feel so good. So physically, I feel like I feel the best that I have felt in probably the last 10 years. And two, I'm so freaking proud of myself.
Yeah.
But what I had to remind myself was that it just wasn't time yet.
There you go.
But then all of a sudden it was time. All of a sudden it was time. It was like this transition period. Like I had to completely decompress that job out of I had to shed that. I had to
get rid of the toxins.
Yes.
You did a cleanse. Yes. You did a corporate cleanse is what that was.
It was a 10-month corporate cleanse. But anyway, it's done.
But Kitty, think about this. How many years have you been working? Working.
Yeah.
What, 25?
Well,
no.
35. 30. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
30, 35.
30, 35 years, it took you 10 months.
Yeah.
That's really, I think you're allowed 10 months to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and I'm watching Bill now as he transition into retirement, and like if it's middle of the afternoon and I see him taking a nap on the couch, I just stand there for a second and I look at him and I just think he's decompressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And yeah. So I don't know.
And
I just
it'll take a bit. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? I think it'll take
Yeah.
him a bit to figure out, okay, now I'm ready to get going
Mhm.
with something.
And I'm not saying that that's all he's doing. That's not the
No.
case. But it's like, yeah, you can take the nap at 2:00 in the afternoon. I just hope that everybody has heard us loud and clear that it's worth it to take risks and do the things that you have always dreamed of doing. And I just feel like the world that we live in today is way more accepting of that and will cheer you on
Yeah. Absolutely.
than ever before.
Well, I mean, Cece, when we started this, you and I hadn't been to Paris. Well, I'd been to Paris a million years ago.
Yeah.
We've been to Paris and Annecy
Italy.
and Florence and Venice.
Yep.
And we didn't speak French beyond 7th grade French class, and we spoke no Italian.
No Italian.
Zero.
I get asked that, now that people know that we went, I get asked, well, how did you plan it? And how did you, know where to go and what to do? And, how did you speak the language? All of these questions. And, my answer is always, well, I mean, that's the great part about the interwebs. You can plan your own trip, you can figure it out. And yeah, we didn't ever have too much issue with language, the language barrier. We just jumped in and we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And like Stacy says, how are we going to know if it was good or bad? We weren't there we don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah, everything we did was good. So
yeah. I would highly recommend you not go to Florence over 4th of July. I'm just going to put that out there to the world.
It was warm. Yeah, it was a bit warm.
Yeah.
Feel good about that. I think people have enjoyed listening to my single life. All the single ladies. Yeah,
Yep.
that often provided some good humor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes.
Thank you for your willingness to share that.
Yeah. So now I'm going to drop a nugget, and then I'm not going to talk about it, which will be super funny.
Oh, okay.
I've come full circle after 5 years, and I'm finding myself back where I was, only better. I'm seeing the X. So, who knew? Mm-hmm. Talk about personal growth and making changes and coming out better and taking risks and second chances. It just fits all those categories. So,
yes. Yep.
Yeah. And plus, it's good, really good shock factor.
It is. Some people, Kitty and I already knew, so we were shocked. But I think when you told us the first time, we were a little bit, a little bit struck, So
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. So just because you stop doing something for a while, you can go back to it if you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Hopefully with hindsight is always,
Right. Right. Yeah. You always learn. You move on.
Yeah.
You go back to what you were doing. So yeah.
Come back better.
We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep. Always. Sure. Kitty, did you say your favorite episode? I think we got off.
Huh. I think about all the episodes where we had special guests.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really fun. And we tried to cover a lot of different topics within that, from travel experts, Sarah launching her business, which, by the way, her Yoga Six studio is wildly successful. So we were talking to Sarah right before she opened, maybe a month before she opened her studio.
Yep.
Talk about taking a risk. Of course, Deanna, touch wise. What was the first topic we had? Fear,
Anger issues.
anger,
Anger.
Yep, anger, and then forgiveness. A life coach that we had. Yeah, I thought it was really fun. It was always interesting, the reaction that we would get when we would ask people if they would like to be,
Oh yeah.
if
Yes.
they would come on to the podcast.
Right, because there were some that we asked that said no. There
That's
was
right.
no way they were going to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think they all had fun doing that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, when we asked my sister to come in for the whole Oscar thing,
That's
because
right.
that's their deal, and I think that she gave us a really good
Mhm.
plan for upcoming Oscar seasons. I think that
Yeah.
that's kind of
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah,
She
that was
really
a good
did
one. I liked that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She really didn't want to do it. She absolutely did not want to do it. But older sister strong-armed her and got her to come on. And she did. And afterwards she said, that was nothing like what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
like,
a conversation. Yeah.
yeah, we're just talking. What'd you watch? What'd you watch? What'd you think?
Yeah.
Should we watch it? Should we not?
Yeah.
So I think that, I hope that, I think everybody who came on was real good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
At least what we talked about and what we put out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My daughter Mallory was on one episode.
Yep.
She talked about, finding her soulmate, after many years of dating. So that was interesting.
And now she's having a
Now
baby.
she's having a baby. Yes, she's having a baby. Due date in early October. So coming up.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Silly things, lots of success stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of daughters, I did get my butt chewed once.
Oh.
We had a great episode talking about her wedding, and I was promptly scolded like 10 days later about how I overstepped boundaries, and how she kindly asked that I take it down. And I had to tell you guys, and you're all like, oh, that was so much fun. We love that.
Yeah, it was a really good one and got a lot of views. So yeah, it was disappointing to take it down, but yeah.
Yep, but mamas make mistakes too. So took it down, learned a lesson. I learned a lesson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never know.
What you gonna do?
So when the activity that somewhat led up to us doing the podcast is that when COVID happened, our small group that we affectionately call the Broad Squad, which includes two others, well, actually, there's more than that. The delegate from Texas, she would be included as well. So three others. But we would do weekly Zoom calls just as a way of staying in touch, because we used to like monthly make sure we were all going out for dinner, and we just saw each other more regularly. So we started doing the Zoom calls, and then when we were on a girls' weekend and we were 3 cocktails in, then we said, let's do the podcast. So that's where we are right now. And so as we close out the podcast, we're going to go back to that weekly routine of gathering on Zoom because life is busy
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with scheduling.
Conversations.
Scheduling, right. I was going to say scheduling friendship, but I mean, right.
Yeah,
You're
that
scheduling
too.
time. Yeah, you're scheduling time. I mean, it's an investment. Everybody's busy doing their lives. And it's important to make time because it's too easy for things to just
Mhm.
Yeah.
disappear.
Yeah. Right. If you don't schedule it, all of a sudden you're 2 weeks later and
Yeah.
2 months later, 6 months later, and you've done nothing, So it's
Yeah.
nice that we're still going to plan to have our
Yeah.
conversations. It just won't be recorded all the time.
And we
put
won't
out.
always have makeup on. There might be jammies
Right.
involved.
Right.
That's right.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say one of the challenges is that I have the odd schedule. So either I'm putting makeup and getting dressed on my day off, or these two have to put on makeup and get dressed on their days off. And so it wasn't as easy to always schedule. And then we'd been recording on Sundays, but then it was football season.
Football. Yep.
And certain people got mad that we were kicking them off the internet,
Yeah.
So there were some challenges there, but
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
I know. Yep. I've enjoyed this past, since our flip over to our second year. We've talked a lot about making new friends.
Yes,
Even though each of us have a ton of friends, we literally talked about how at our age do you make new friends, right? And I just saw a good, reel as I'm flipping through stuff that talked about a woman of our age moved across the country and she sat around for a while and just was not doing anything. So then one day it clicked and she decided she was never going to say no to anything, So if she got invited somewhere, she would go. And she would be the one to invite people. If something was going on, she'd find the people to get, to go. And that's how she met new people, made new friends, and I think that's a good thing to think about,
Yeah.
Don't ever say no. If people invite you somewhere, go, If someone invites you, by all means, say yes.
yes,
and
absolutely.
do it, right?
Very good. Speaking of which, how's the pickleball league going, Stacy?
Well, pickleball. I mean, we try. Our schedules have been so busy. Plus, we have two that are injured, not from pickleball, but just
I was going to ask.
no pickleball injuries, but we do have two that are injured, so they're out. And like I said, we've kind of we when we went to Italy, that was kind of fell over to early Monday, Tuesdays, and then some others went on vacation and so it's been hard to get together. But I think this week, tomorrow and Tuesday, I think we'll have a bigger group. So yeah, it's still going.
It would be a really fun thing to carry on into the fall too. There's no reason you can't play with, sweatshirt on.
Oh yeah. No, we will. We'll keep it going until we all get bored of it, or I don't know, who knows. And we have a potential place we can play this winter too. So it just depends on how long we want to go.
Very good.
I know.
Great.
We'll see.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, any other thoughts?
Just want to say thank you to you too.
Yeah.
You've always been sounding boards. You've always listened. You've always been supportive. Made little corrections and nudges where they've needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know this won't end, but I hope that other people have people in their world that they can do the same for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think we should shout out to the people that were listening. You know, I'm guessing some of our regular listeners are going to go, oh, now what? Now what am I going to listen to? Because oddly enough, I had no expectations going in, and early on, we have some of our earlier episodes that have, a couple hundred listens or watches, whatever. But there's a pretty steady, 70, 80 listeners per week.
Core group.
Which I'm always surprised that anyone hung with us, this long, honestly. But yeah, there were a bunch. So like I said, I thank all the listeners, certainly family. We found out who was supportive and who wasn't, that's for sure, between our family and friends, right? So that was interesting. Yeah. So
yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna I do think we're gonna keep the Facebook page going for a bit. So
we will
get your conversations in over there.
Yep.
So we're not
we're not totally disappearing. No.
That's right.
And there might be some big announcements, breaking events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You never know.
Right.
I mean, we might win the lottery. We do know how to spend the money.
We got to start playing, though. Didn't we decide that if we're going to win, we need to play?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, people.
That's right.
There you go. That is true. Yes.
That's right. Take the shot.
Do we have any shots as we sign off?
I used mine early because I was going to mention that of never saying no. Just always saying
never
yes.
saying no. Awesome.
Yeah.
Kitty?
Well, I think it's just the main takeaway and the driving thought behind why we did this. Do the thing. And surround yourself with people who will cheer you on. If there are people in your life that don't.
Yeah.
There are people in your life who question or don't support you. You don't need those people in your life.
No.
And that might feel a little harsh, but if you've got loved ones around you and they don't support you, it's not right. So,
similar, mine is going to be use whatever energy you have to put forth in the positive. No need to worry about what could happen, the negative. Pour your energies into the good things that you want to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. That's good advice. Yes, it is. Good.
There we go.
All right. There we go. So one last time we will listen to that fabulous music that was selected for our opening and closing.
Right. Yep.
And just a huge thank you to everybody who's been along this adventure with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, one more time.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Woo. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10. Turning up the crowd when I hit 'em.